Hello everyone, welcome in the new academic year 2020-2021 in our course in Interactive Technical English, which is going to focus on writing skills, particularly writing skills, and sometimes we're going to go through reading and comprehension skills. And today we are going to go through planning and drafting a biography. Actually, the biography is kind of writing types which is not easy to write, actually, which needs some preparation. This lecture is motivated by the question that I've given to you in the last final exam about writing a biography paragraph of the footballer Ahmed Rabi. Let his soul rest in peace. And I found it's very worthy to focus on this type of writing. So we are going through this stuffs by trying to plan and write something about a famous character. So let's ask ourselves a question. When you write an important letter or composition, do you plan it? So it's a very important question which we need to ask ourselves. Do we usually, when we ask to write something, do we prepare it? Do we plan it very well before you write the final draft? What do you do? So let's read the idea below for planning and drafting a piece of writing, and find which part is useful, which we are going to adopt in order to do some exercise in this respect. So there is 4 steps for better writing in this kind of writing, which is the biography writing. 1, preparing and gathering information. So we need to know the person we are planning to write about, and prepare and gather information about his personality, his life, and so on. So give yourself a time limit to brainstorm. It's like it's a brainstorm, thinking very well, deeply, all the topics you might include, and to check information. Make brief notes by each topic. Get as much information as you can on paper. So write all these things down on a piece of paper. So it's a quick search on the internet may help you here. So you need to maybe search in the internet, but be careful. Do not go for Wikipedia and copy and paste the information written there, because it's illegal. So do not worry too much about the organization of your ideas. So it might be messed. It will get structures later. At this point, you can always change things later. So you have the time to change these ideas. You have the time to organize your ideas. So you all need to write down all your ideas on a piece of paper, and try to think and gather information about the person you are planning to write about. And later you can just proofread this information, proofread it. So this is the first step which you should follow by gathering the information and trying to search in the internet to get this information written down on a piece of paper. The second step is structuring. So you need to structure out these ideas, this information which you have gathered. Think about the order in which you will present the information. So the order, you need to think about the order, how you are going to write down this information. Which information should go first and which information should go later. So, if possible, check with another student or your teacher to see if they think your order is clear and logic. So sometimes you think it's logic, it's okay, but if you get consultant of another person, maybe your partnership, your friend, or your teacher, your tutor, you can ask him if your ideas are logic. Is there any consequence in the order of the information you've already gathered? So you need a consultant, you need an idea, you need to ask someone who has maybe a different idea. It's not necessary to be a professional, it's just a different idea from yours. So you can contribute this information, you can contribute these ideas to find out whether your information are formed or structured in a logic way or not. So after gathering the information and preparing this information, after doing some search from the internet maybe, or maybe asking your friends, your families, anyone you know, and write all this information down on a piece of paper. The second step is structuring. So you need to structure this information, which means which information should goes first and which one should goes afterward, and so on. And as we already said, you need to ask another opinion, take another opinion of your friend or your tutor or whatever. So after doing that, you're gonna need to draft it down and get a feedback, which means feedback is like take a consultant or take the opinion of what you already written down. So write the first draft, which should be written in the order that you think it's logic, giving yourself a time limit to complete the text. So take your time to complete the text. Show your first draft to another student or your teacher to take the feedback. Ask them to tell you about things that are unclear. Sometimes you feel it clear, but maybe your English is not make it easy or clear to the end reader. So just ask for their opinion, or if there are any important mistakes. Sometimes there is important mistakes, there is a big mistakes you need to correct. Read the draft yourself again, and there are there better words or phrases. Sometimes it's not necessary to be words, sometimes the phrases which means multiple words that make a logic or a meaningful sentence you could use to express your ideas. Sometimes you have ideas, you have ideas, you have a plan, you have a logic sequence, but maybe it's hard to follow, it's hard to understand by the end user. So this is why the feedback from another person is very important in this stage. So after doing that and writing down your draft and taking feedback from your friends or your teacher, you've reached to the final step, which is the final draft. Use the feedback to prepare the final draft. So following the feedback that have been given from your friends or teacher or anyone in your family maybe, you need to correct your draft in order to prepare your final draft. Then proofread your work, which means check it for simple errors like spelling mistakes and etc. So this is the final stage, which is the proofreading, to check these errors. And if you are happy with that, you have with what you have written, you have finished your mission successfully. So this is the main steps you need to follow in order to plan and draft to write a biography, which are gathering information, then structuring this information, and then writing down a draft and getting a feedback, and finally use this feedback to proofread your draft to produce your final draft. So let's check this exercise. A student is writing a biography of the actor Rowan Atkins. If you do not know who's Rowan Atkins, actually is the famous actor called Mr. Bean. Okay, so Rowan Atkins is a famous actress. So we are a student, and like maybe let's say yourself is planning to write a biography about this actor. Look at notes A and B, okay, which you already have written. Let's suppose that you already have written these. Which stays in exercise 1B do they illustrate? Let's check note A here and then note B and see every single information goes for which stage or step in the steps we've already talk about. So A, we are talking about the actor Rowan Atkinson, so do not forget this. So he's married to Sandra Sastry, a makeup artist, 2 children, Ben and Lily. So you've already gathered this information from the internet. Number 1. So this goes for step 1, gathering and preparing information. Rarely seen in public, almost never gives interviews. So it's about him. So this is all information about the actor. Okay. One B. Into which paragraph in B should the information in A goes? Okay. So also attended Newcastle and Oxford universities, where he appeared in several student productions. So this is all information about his life, his education. Born in northeast of England, 1955. Shy at school, had the ability to make other students laugh. Okay, this is very important. Is the 4th most recognized British person in the world. Okay, the 4th level. So now, first film appearance 1983, Never Say Never Again. It's called Never Say Never Again. This is the film in 1983. Developed character of Mr. Bean in early 1990s. World famous as Mr. Bean. Many films roles including Johnny English and Forwarding and The Funeral. So this is information have been gathered by the student. And let's say which state exercise only do they illustrate. B, into which paragraph in B should the information in A goes? What about B? Let's check. Paragraph 1, what's he's famous for? So you need to just try to exercise yourself about these paragraphs. Paragraph 1, what he's famous for. Paragraph 2, early life and education. Paragraph 3, early career and development of Mr. Bean character. Paragraph 4, personal life today. So you've already gathered this information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 information you've already gathered. So if we want to gather this information into different paragraphs. The first paragraph is about in what he is famous, Mr. Atkinson. So the paragraph 2, early life and education, about his early life and education. The paragraph 3 is about its early career and development for the character of Mr. Ben. And the final paragraph is about his personal life. Okay, so you need to go through this information and gather this information into different paragraphs by doing the steps we already highlighted here. You already prepared this information. You need to structure this information. You need to structure the information in A into 4 different paragraphs based on the which have been illustrated here in B. Okay, so it's easy, you can do it by yourself. 3, read the first draft of the biography. Based on this information, already a biography have been written in C. Let's check this one. Rowan Atkins, a comic legend. Let's complete the sentence. Read the first draft of the paragraph. Okay, the writer is checking spelling, SP, and punctuation in PR. This is very important to know about. It's just abbreviation. When you check your own writing, you need to highlight the mistakes. So if there is a spelling mistakes, you need to put the SP as abbreviation of spelling mistakes, so I can know later I have to correct it. And if you put the P letter, it means a punctuation error and our mistake, so you need to correct this. And has marked the points he, she is unsure of, so we need to figure this out, which are correct, which are wrong, and correct them. So we need to read the biography in C and find these errors and check with ourselves and what the errors and which ones should be corrected or not. So Rowan Atkinson, a comic legend. Okay, I'm writing a biography about this character. He was recently voted the 4th most recognized, it should be almost, it's not a big mistake, most recognized British person in the world. So he put a spelling here, there is a mistake in the spelling here, and British, it's punctuation. A British, you need to recognize British person in the world. But while millions know him as the rubber-faced Mr. Ben. Punctuation, you need to put the end of the sentence. Okay. Much less is known about the life of Rowan Atkinson, the actor who created the character and who has played many other TV and film roles, including the nervous priest in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and the pet secret agent Johnny English. So, born in the northeast of England in 1955, Atkinson was always shy of school, but he soon discovered that he could make his classmates laugh by pulling grotesque faces, which means funny faces, which got him the nickname Moon Man. At this stage in his life, he had few thoughts of a career in entertainment, so it's like it's his new career. However, after leaving school, he studied electrical engineering at Newcastle University and then went on to Oxford to do a master's degree. There he began. So in Oxford, he began to take comedy more seriously, appearing in a number of comedy productions and at the Edinburgh Festival. We should put, okay, this is the end of the sentence, so you need to say he began to take comedy more seriously, appearing in a number of comedy productions and at the Edinburgh Festival. His appearances on TV in the popular comedy series Not the 9 O'Clock News. helped him to get his first film role in 1983 in the James Bond film Never Say Never Again. Punctuation here, okay. But he was unknown outside the UK until he developed the character of Mr. Bean, who he says, which he already says, is based on himself at the age of 10. The TV programs have been shown in 80 countries, okay, spelling, and in 1997 the feature film Bean, the movie, became the second biggest earning British, so it's punctuation, a British film ever, okay. Despite his worldwide fame, Atkinson avoids publicity, okay, so it's mean he don't want to appear to public, rarely appearing in public and almost never giving interviews. He lives quietly with his wife Sonetra and their 2 children, and little is known of his private life apart from his love of classic racing cars. So he loved classic racing cars. As he says about as he says about himself, I'm essentially a rather quiet, dull person. So it's like dull, dull person who just happens to be a performer. It's like a performer. So it's like he didn't say he's an actor. He just said that he is a performer. Okay, so let's go back. So read the first draft of the biography. We already read this. The writer is checking his spelling, okay. To mark the point, she is unsure which are correct, which are wrong. Correct them. So we need to correct them. 4a. Use the 4 steps in exercise 1b to write a biography of one of the people below, which is your homework. You need to write down a biography about someone you already know. You have these different options. You need to write about your sporting hero, someone you find him a sport hero to you, maybe a footballer, a sorcerer, I don't know, a captain. Your grandfather or mother, maybe you need to write about them. Your oldest and dearest friend, your favorite film star or entertainer, okay, film star like an actor, actress, the most eccentric person you know, you already know, okay, a musical or musical legend, musical legend, so it's pronounced in different ways. So it's like someone you like to hear, maybe who knows, Pietri Andreas, or maybe I forget his name. This is the Finlandian music violoncello, whatever. Anyone you know, you need to write a biography about a character from these options. As you check your first draft, then you need to go through these steps. So you need to prepare some information and structure this information and write down your first draft and get the feedback, and finally proofread it in order to get the final draft. So can you use any of the past, present time phrases from page? So of course you can write in different tenses. So this is your homework, your mission for the next week, let's say. Try to practice yourself in order to write a good biography. Thanks for listening and have a nice week. Bye.